All right, you two. Last time we spoke, you said you were setting up a watch party to watch the premiere episode. Did you continue to watch this season?
No. We stopped. I stopped after like episode 3. Yeah, I stopped watching.
Yeah.
But we did watch our wedding. We watched our wedding.
The wedding episode was cool. Sometimes my friends even be like, "Oh man, we saw you. What happened?" Like, I'm like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
From what you did watch this season, was there anything you learned about yourself or something that you feel like you'll do differently or might regret?
I mean, after watching it, I would never be that mean to you. Like, it's so funny because, like, I adore Kobe. Like, he is 100% the love of my life. And, like, when he got here, and like this obviously wasn't like on camera, but like when he got here, like I made him breakfast in bed every day for like 3 months, and like I pack his lunches when he goes to work, you know, like I'm just so in love with him more and more like each day. So watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, like the part where he told me to like shut the up.
I don't even need your help.
You're being so rude.
I'm being rude. Can you just shut the up?
I'm like, absolutely. Like, you should have said that a minute ago. Like, you should have, like, definitely. Like,
somebody was like, there are so many ways you should have used that shovel, Kobe.
Oh, no, that's out of line.
It's funny because, like, a lot of, like, when people comment on me, I'm just like, no, I agree with you. Like, I shouldn't have done that. You know, I shouldn't have said that. Like, I shouldn't have done that. So, yeah, just looking back.
I mean, I can say that there is no perfect relationship. You know, it's all about learning each other, building a future happy home that you guys want. And when I first got here, I know I myself, I wasn't perfect. But I'm happy where we are right now because, you know, we're looking at the bigger picture here, having a beautiful home with the kids. That's what matters.
Yeah. Well, what's your response, Kobe, to those who might feel as if Emily doesn't deserve you?
I mean, they're not in my position to tell me who deserves me or not, who I deserve. So this is between us to work on that. So I mean, talk is cheap. Everybody can say whatever they feel based on what they were watching. But we are involved in this together. So
do you think I deserve you?
Of course. I mean, she's my wife.
Well, you have a beautiful baby girl now, Scarlet, who is Coben's twin. She's adorable. How has it been being parents of 2 now? What has that dynamic done for your relationship?
Well, it's so much fun. Like, we love our kids, but I think it even brought us closer together because he missed so much when Coben was born, and like he missed 17 months. So like, to see him and like be in the delivery room with him and like holding her for the first time and like really experiencing like having a baby, it definitely brought us closer. So, and he wasn't working at the time, so like it was really nice. He would like take Coben and like I could nap with her or like breastfeed her, and like Coben and them would be like at the park, you know. So I did get like one-on-one time with him, where he got one-on-one time with Coben because like he obviously had a new baby sister, and like right before she was born, he got like kicked out of our bed. He got in a bedtime routine. He got potty trained, and then like a month later, he had a baby sister. So it was a lot for him to take on. But he is absolutely obsessed with her. He adores her. Yeah. So it's really fun to watch them like bond together.
Yeah, and you feel like Kobe, you and Coben's bond has strengthened? Because for a while, you know, he was still getting used.
Yeah, I can say that when I first got here, I wasn't working, and it was a good thing because I used that period, that moment of my life.
Because I was working.
A good bond with Kobe.
Yeah, I was working, so I would just leave. I was taking Coben to work with me, and then
for nannying, right?
For nannying. And so then when he got here, like he just took Coben the whole all day for like 8 to 10 hours a day, and they really connected. It's so cute. And now he goes to work, and I'll be like, Daddy's on his way home, and he like, I have to tell him like when Kobe tells me he's coming home, or else he won't stop asking me. He's like, where's my dad? Where's my dad?
I mean,
it's really cute.
That's so cute. And you're a girl dad now. You know, girl dads, that's the thing. How does that look?
Yeah. Oh, she's wrapped around his finger for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Emily. Well, let's talk about your dad. Let's get into the hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your response to viewers who feel as if you take advantage of your dad's kindness?
Well, no, you only see one side of our life. My dad is a saint. He literally would do anything for there's 5 of us, for any of his children. I don't think I take advantage of his kindness. You know, he's very open arms about it. And like, even now he's like, move out when you're ready. Cause we've been looking for houses, but the market is terrible right now. And there's nothing we love. And so I don't know. I feel like I just, I'm a daddy's girl for sure, but I don't think I take advantage of him. And I know it seems like that, but I really don't. Kobe takes care of the animals. I do the cooking and a lot of the cleaning. Like, we do pull our weight around the house. So it's not like we just sit here and do nothing. And I worked. People love to talk that I didn't have a job. I'm like, I've had a job since I was 14. Like, whatever.
Yeah. You said you watched the last episode, and your sister mentioned after you told your parents you were pregnant that, you tend to not really see the impact that you have when you make your decisions.
I feel like Emily takes advantage of my parents and everything they have here. And she doesn't really realize the full effect of all of her actions sometimes.
What's your response to that?
Well, when she said that, I was like, bitch, what the f?
Wow.
But no, I can see how it looks that way. Obviously, we did get pregnant by accident. We really did use an app, and
was it really by accident though, guys? Because Kobe wasn't using the method, the method.
I pulled out when we started, and then you told me you have this application on your phone. Like, I'm not ovulating right now. You can me.
So was that really?
Well, here's the thing is I was like, okay, so we use condoms now. We are not having another baby. Okay. But he first got here, it had been 2 years. And I was like, wow, I want to have a lot of sex with you, right? And so I'm like, I downloaded this app, and we're both Catholic. I'm like, we're going to do like the natural birth control, like parent planning. And so I'm like, I downloaded this app, and it was just like, this is when you don't have to pull out, and this is when you do. And
I was crying, Emily. I will be so scared.
I know. And you know what? Hey, God, before we took that pregnancy test, like 2 weeks before, I actually took another one just to make sure I wasn't pregnant, and I was not. So I was like, oh, okay, it's working. Like, I'm not, we're like working with my ovulation or whatever.
I mean, it was really.
It was an accident. It really was, because when we did find out in the pharmacy, it was like, oh my gosh. And like, we want to move out. Like, I wanted to move out. Right when I got back from China, I was like, okay, I'm going to move, out of my parents' house. And then I was pregnant. So then they were like, well, don't move. Like, you can't move out, like just stay here with the baby. And then thank goodness I didn't, because then COVID hit. And so it was like, I had my parents here. And then Kobe got here, and my dad was like, well, he can't work, so like you guys can stay here. And like, I have savings, but I didn't want to blow my savings knowing that I was going to have another baby and I was going to be on maternity leave, and then he couldn't work. So it just made sense to stay here. And like, we do pay my parents, which, I mean, we do pay them. I'm not going to say how much, but we do contribute, so. And like Kobe, any projects my dad has, Kobe is like more than hands-on, and it's like, yes, let's do it. Let's get it done. So I'm like, why we live with you? Let's like help fix up the house, and let's, pull our weight even more than we already did, because we had another kid. He told us not to. But you know what? It's not like our other kid made the bills go up. Okay, she was breastfed, and if there was formula, we would have paid for it. We pay for the diapers, we pay for everything. Okay, it's not like she was like using the electricity and like whatever. So it wasn't really that expensive to add another kid. You know what I mean?
I can see people in the comments now like, what? Yes, it is expensive to have another kid.
I know.
I have a fan question. April says, quote, you don't listen to Kobe's wishes on anything, so why did you listen to him about not using birth control?
April, I do listen to his wishes. I don't know because I hadn't been on birth control for years, and Kobe was very much like, do not take it. So I was like, okay, I love you. We're gonna use an app and it'll be fine. So
yeah.
But I do listen to my husband, and there's proof right there that I do listen to him.
Okay. Where? He said where?
Scarlet, babe.
Kobe, do you still think that Emily is a little bossy and controlling?
That's just who she is. It's not. That's just who she's kind of like a strong-willed person, and nothing I can handle. So she's kind of strong-willed, but she's really emotional and soft. That's for sure. That's who I know she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your moment with Emily's dad, the day of the wedding, one of the best moments all season, if not between. Honestly, you had some pretty special moments. Meeting Coben for the first time, standout moment, and then the moment with Emily's dad. How would you describe your relationship with Emily's father?
I would say me and David, it's not just like father-in-law and son-in-law thing, you know. He's like a friend, like a mentor, you know, somebody I really look up to because he's played the role that, you know, father could play to a son, a friend could play to a friend, you know, a mentor could play to a student and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm really looking up to him, and we have a really strong connection, you know.
Yeah. What did he put in your hand? Can you tell me?
Well, you remember the first letter you sent me with asking permission?
Yeah, I remember that
classy.
letter. Yeah.
And you remember my response?
I remember everything, so sometimes I go through
well,
that.
here, I'm going to give you this.
Oh, thanks.
No, that is personal. I'm sorry, I can't really say that. Yeah.
That's fine. The tears were enough for me. That was
Yeah, and I feel like the moment was really so emotional. Like, you know, you see somebody like giving you part of his family that is your responsibility. Now you should help me and take care of this. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
This is really sweet. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, well, I have another fan question. This goes back to you hiding your pregnancy. Ex Polaris wants to know, why wouldn't you just tell your family when you found out y'all were pregnant? In hindsight, do you regret keeping it a secret?
And I literally put them on a reality TV show. So I'm like, I really want you to enjoy our wedding. And like, I don't want you to like be stressed about, you know, I don't know. I just didn't want to put that on them before we got married with everything else going on. And I don't regret it because even afterwards, and they ended up not showing it, but they did say like, it's fine you told us after the wedding, because like they wouldn't have enjoyed the wedding as much, you know. So no, I don't regret it. Yeah. And then I had fake alcohol, you know, like at the wedding and at the rehearsal.
Right, yeah, there were people who felt as if you were drinking for real.
I know.
Yeah.
What was funny is like the day before the rehearsal dinner?
Yeah, the rehearsal dinner.
I was thinking, oh my gosh, because I got non-alcoholic beer, like a Heineken or something, and it's the same bottle as the original one, but it has a different label. It has like 00 on it. So I told my mom that we had to get koozies, so because we couldn't show like the labels, you know, on TV. So I was like, we have to get koozies made for the rehearsal dinner. So, you know, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, oh my gosh. So then we went and we got them made. But really it was so no one knew I was drinking non-alcoholic beer, like my family. So I would like take the cap off because that was a different color really quick and like stick it in my koozie. And yeah. And then I had like fake wine and sparkling champagne at the wedding. So a lot of people thought
I was like, I can tell she's a little tipsy.
Yeah. No, I faked it the whole time. I'm a very good faker.
Yeah. Oh, Emily.
I know.
Well, Kobe, you're working now. Congratulations. What field are you in? Like, what are you doing?
I work as a QC with an asphalt company.
Yeah.
Yeah, road pavement. So
are you enjoying it?
It doesn't matter right now. Making money.
That's right. I hear that. That is right. I have this other fan question from Kay Paz. Kay wants to know, why did you think it was more important to spend money on a ring and a wedding ceremony instead of saving so you and Kobe can get your own place as a family?
Well, I do have enough savings to get our own place as a family. So I wanted a wedding and I wanted a ring.
Yeah. We're going to leave it at that.
I'm like, I've worked very hard since I was 14, and people love to think I have no money. And I'm like, I live with my parents. All I do is save money. You know what I mean? So I did. I love my ring. I just got it cleaned, actually.
It looks great. I saw it earlier.
I'm gonna make a reel about it. Everyone stay tuned. But no, I love my ring. And the wedding, honestly, I at first wanted to get married in our home and just have like 10 people. Like I wanted to keep it fairly small. Everybody else wanted a big wedding. And it wasn't even that big. We had like 30, 35 people. But I'm happy we did that because it was a lot of fun. I mean, I had family that came out like from California and, Colorado and Texas, and his friends came from Ohio. So I'm happy we did it and we got to enjoy and celebrate with everybody.
Yeah. So some people are going to say, well, if you had enough money to move out, why didn't you all move out?
Yeah, well, I'm going to circle back to what I said earlier because he wasn't working and I didn't want to blow all of our money on a home. I felt like that was irresponsible to buy a house knowing that we had not a lot of income coming in. So we really wanted to wait till he got his work permit and, green card. And of course, now we have all that and we can't find a house.
Okay, next fan question. This is a sensitive one, but I want to hear your take. So April is curious. She wants to know if you ever think about your kids growing up around people who don't look like them in Salina, Kansas.
Yeah, so we don't plan on staying in Salina.
No.
Well, I mean, do we? Because
we plan on moving over to Kansas City, which is bigger there. I feel like over there,
and you have friends there,
and I have people over there as well.
It's still close. I don't know. It's like ever since we had our kids. I say I because when I had Coben, I was like, I don't want to move to like Colorado. Like I want my parents to be able to come to like their soccer games and like go to their, preschool concerts. Like it really gets different after you have kids because you want family close to do that.
Okay, last question. Do you see yourself doing another season of 90 Days in the future?
I do.
I mean, we already signed up for, so this is our life now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, I do. We are very like appreciative that we got this opportunity, and luckily my friend's the one who applied us. So without her doing
I remember that.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been on the show. So I think a lot of really good opportunities will come from it. I think the good will outdo the bad. So we've had a lot of DMs asking like, are you going to do a YouTube channel? Are you going to do, are you going to start any lines so we can like support you guys? I don't know. It's just eye-opening because I'm like, I thought we were just on like a season and that's what it is. But I'm like, oh wow, there are so many opportunities from this. And like people are interested in our, love story and our family. And he's working now. I go to the gym now at 5:00 in the morning while he's home with the kids. Yeah.
She's living her best life, right?
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. I'm about to get mom car. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for you too. Is there anything else you want to say or clear up before we go?
I don't know. I feel, I think my dad kind of got a little bit of a bad rap at the beginning. Okay. Just from the comments, like people, just calling my dad a racist. And just want to clarify that my dad and Kobe are best friends. And he would do anything for Kobe, vice versa. I mean, they hang out all the time, constantly, and I'm like, they are good friends. My dad is a saint. My mom's a saint. They've gotten some pretty mean messages about how they've raised me. And I was just.
And I felt so bad about that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, imagine you seeing horrible messages about your daughter. How would you feel?
Yeah.
And you know this is not who your daughter is. So I felt bad about that. And he's also so emotional, so that really weighed down on him.
And you know what's so funny? When we saw the what is it? Like the preview for this season, like our season, like we were hardly on it, and we saw everybody else's like, you know, little snip of drama, and we were like, oh my gosh, we have no drama. Like we were like, we have nothing. I kept saying, I was like, I'm gonna start a fight at the tell-all, like I'm gonna do something crazy. And then it came out and I was like, oh, I am the villain. So you know, the villain and the fan favorite, and you know, opposites attract. So
yeah,
we're made for each other.